Alright guys, welcome back to the Deluxe Life of Chino, where we're going to just give you inspiration and show you how you can live a good life on a budget and manifest the things that you desire, right? So, I really don't know how I wanted to start this off. I've been wanting to be more consistent, but this is the beginning of a new month. Essentially, I wanted to drop this on the first, but whenever you see this, of course, it's meant for you, of course. Now, really what it is that we're just going to kind of go over just a few topics that, of course, I've learned. I'm continuously learning every day, so it's not like I'm a perfectionist or at this point with these things that I know, but I would say that what I can talk about is definitely what I have lived and experienced, right? So really it's a matter of collaborating with God. And that just simply means that you are doing what is needed to be done and having faith in His will and not being led by your sight. Because situations can arise that can look quite unfortunate, scary, uncomfortable, inconvenient, to say the least. And you have to learn how to stick and move through that. And simply sticking moving through that is just like persisting. When I've had these conversations with individuals and I ask them questions about how do they get to the levels that they have achieved, and they'll say persistence, confidence, being a man of your word if you're a man, being a woman of your word if you're a woman, and anything other. So really it's a matter of having confidence in His plan. And one of my favorite Bible verses, and I'm not like a Bible thumper, like I'm learning, I don't know verses too many off the top of my head, but I have a few that is very resonating with me, and one of them is Jeremiah 29:11, which is, for I know the plans I have for you is to prosper you and not to harm you, right? And that always stuck with me because I always went through a lot of different situations in life where that, encouraged me that it's somebody higher than me, because you can only do so much as a human. And I learned that in the hard way, and I'll get to that in a second, but I learned that the hard way because, and what I mean by you can only do so much is that you need God. We all need God, whether you believe in Him or not. We need a higher power because it's something outside of us in the spiritual realm that is definitely manifesting and showing you its power every single day. You're breathing, that's power. So with that being said, I had to learn that collaborating with God is more of not leaning into my own understanding and working myself to death, pretty much, right? Because I work a lot. Right? And I've always been a hard worker. I've been working since I was 15. So I turned 16, 15. I was like a month or two. But the point with that is that that's cool, but all right, if you're naturally an ambitious person and a hustler, you working hard is fine, right? That's cool. It's a given. But then you have to learn how to balance working hard with collaborating with God, in the sense that if you are not going to Him and asking Him for wisdom and direction in your steps, then how are you going to correctly prosper into the endeavors that you're trying to have happen, right? So what that really simply means is that I'm working like 4 or 5 jobs, right? 3 or 4 jobs, whatever, right? That's cool, but I'm tearing my body down. I'm not spending time with my family, my loved ones. I'm not enjoying life to the fullest extent. And then that's when they get into this conversation of the matrix, which is simply just living in a systematic existence that is not very liberating to your existence that you're supposed to have in this world. We're not just supposed to live here just to work and, just barely get by and not be able to fend for ourselves and have a mind of our own. That's not what you're here for. You're here to know what you're supposed to do through God, because he's going to show you, but you have to collaborate with him for him to do so. And you have to be beside yourself and humble yourself and discipline yourself, to do so. So simply doing this is really just taking the time to pray, taking the time to fast and be diligent and read and really meditate on not just his word, but really just listen to him, because he speaks, bro. Like that gut feeling, that little nudges in your mind, you might not think that is nothing, but it's always something. Because then when it turns out to be right, you're like, dang, something told me that. Yeah, it was God, right? You know what I mean? So, I had to learn to collaborate with God and not lean into my own understanding by overworking myself. Because the thing is with that is that if you're overworking yourself and you think that you're going to achieve all the success on your own, then in a sense, everybody's already doing this, right? They're not giving God any credit for their success. No matter what God they serve, like, God is still the God of everything. So you wouldn't be breathing if it wasn't for him, right? So I think he doesn't get enough credit, and it's upsetting. It's like if you did all this work and you brought life into these projects and don't get no credit for it. You know what I mean? Like and it's all consistently over with everybody. So people already, that's a different conversation. But really, it's just a matter of collaborating with God and taking the time to rest. I don't rest. Like I don't, not like I don't sleep, because sleep is important to me. But it's been a lot of times in my recent couple years that I'm just like, I gotta hustle. It's funny. Like when I was down and out, man, I used to sleep, right? And my mom would be like, why are you just comfortable with sleeping? And it's not like I was lazy, because I would work like a lot. Like I had 3 jobs then, but it was a matter of like, I just had the subconscious faith that I was going to get out the situations that I was in, and I would sleep because I knew how important it was. But now I'm older, and then life beats you up a little bit. You have a lot more responsibility, even though I had just as much, if not more, responsibility back then, in a sense, than I do now. But it's just a matter of like, rest is important. And God, when you can work hard all you want, but you only get 24 hours in a day, and you only have one body and one mind. And if you exhaust that, then you have nothing else to offer the world or yourself or God. Because then if you're tired, how you going to pray? How you going to meditate? How you going to be in the right space of mind? You know what I'm saying? So those are the things that I wanted to cover with that. And, it's been a lot of times that it's been things, I would say that life happens for you and not to you. And I know that's cliche and ironic, and I know that a lot of people may have not understood exactly what that means. But it really did, and I'm not going to take too long, but what it really means is that when you shift your mindset into this is happening for a reason, for everything, you can have a lot more ease and patience with God's plan in your life, because you're not supposed to lean into your own understanding. You're supposed to consult with him in your endeavors so you can be guided the correct way. You feel me? Like it's not that complicated, but it is at the same time. You know why? Because as humans, we have such big egos and we're selfish. We don't want to listen. We don't want to learn. We don't truly want to bow down and submit to something higher than ourselves. But we have to if you want to succeed properly. You can gain success. Anybody can have a certain type of success, but success is truly having spiritual success, health, the money comes, but it's not really about the money. You feel me? Like, we all, like, it was I forgot who said it. Actually, it was a podcast that I saw that it was like a man alpha podcast, and the Christian guy, he said a good point. He's like, everybody's really achieved some type of richness in their life. Like, they seen riches. Like, if you go to a nice dinner, a nice fancy, and that's what the purpose of the channel is for. It's really that, like, wealth is really just a mindset, bro. Like, it's so much of a mindset. Like, the same shit that rich people do is the same shit that you can do. You just choose to do something with your money that is not conducive. You know what I'm saying? And that's not just you, it's me too. Like, we all have vices, right? But if these vices are not elevating you in any type of way, because a lot of people get sidetracked and have a judgmental caveat against designer, right? And I don't have a whole bunch of designer, but I have name brands, and then I have some designer. And the designer I bought was investments. It's not like everything in life is an investment, believe it or not. I don't care if it's you investing in you buying a haircut, if it's a shorty, she buying her nails and her toes. These things are investments. You're investing into your looks, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're investing into your jewelry and these things. But when you invest into stuff to please and appeal to other people that don't care about you and don't know you and don't really give a fuck because they don't got the same shit, then what are you doing it for? You feel me? Like, you have to invest in yourself, invest in your well-being. So that is simply like, if it goes deeper than just jewelry, money, and clothes and cars and shit. It really goes into, like, go to that nice restaurant, go spend 50 bones, find a nice restaurant on a Tuesday night that got happy hour. You don't have to fucking have a full course meal. If you're a man, go by yourself, bro. Like, we simple men. Like, be a man, go by yourself, go to the bar in a city that you, or a town that you don't know, like, that is popping or something, and just explore and find yourself and find what you want. You know what I mean? And go to that high end. Like, don't be scared, because I've done that, but I still went. Like, I went, like, I'm like, fuck, like, I don't really deserve to be here. But that's my mind, because who's really saying you don't deserve to be here until you get there? Either you get to the door and they're going to turn you away, or they're going to open it. So either which way, you're taking a chance. But then at the end of the day, if you looking at other people's lifestyles and then you like, damn, I wish I can do that. Damn, I want to do that. Bro, do that shit. I didn't get to any point, and I'm not where I want to be at by any means, but bro, like, even when I was down and out, man, like, I bought a $60, like, it was $60 at that time. It was Tommy Hilfiger messenger bag, because I used to work for Tommy Hilfiger, so I had a discount. So it was like, was it $60? I think it was $60. It was like 120 originally, and then I got like half off or some shit. But my mom, like, she didn't cuss me out, but she was like, why the fuck did you, and we, you know what I mean, like, we could put that on a hotel type shit, and I was like, because I wanted it, the fuck, like, I work 80 hours a week, nigga, like, what, either we go get out the situation or not, but at least I got something out of it, you know what I'm saying? So when you have that type of mindset and mentality, it really goes into everything. Like, you know, it's not, don't go into debt or trying to please the Joneses. Take baby steps, do simple little things that is aligning with your budget, that is not the normal, that's not what everybody else is doing, that's not popping bottles in a club, that's not fucking spending money on females that don't care about you, it's not fucking spending money on dudes that don't care about you. It's genuinely like, if you go and buy some liquor or buy a bottle, buy it for your home. Build a collection so you can have something that's invested, that it shows and represents your class and your ambiance, and, you know what I'm saying, the aesthetic of, you know what I mean, your lifestyle. Because that is the high class, that is the bougie. I don't really like using that word, but that is what that is, you know. So everything comes in time. So back to the life happens to you and not for you. I got a few more minutes. I'll give you about 5 more minutes real quick, because it's a lot that we want to talk about, but life happens for you and not to. I mean, happens for you and not to you. It's just simply like if you have the mindset that things is going to work out, then it will work out. And you know, sometimes there'll be situations that seem like it's inconvenient, but it's like this. Like it's been, you know, it's that saying that like when you're in traffic and you're running late for work, for real, let me tell you, everybody, if you learned anything, nigga, like if you speeding, you only saving like 1 or 2 minutes. You just gotta leave earlier. And this is me, like I be late, and I don't like being late. So if I'm late, I'm like, fuck, I'm late. You know what I mean? So it's just take the L. But if you speeding and shit, like you only saving 1 or 2 minutes, and that can be your life. So, you know, having wisdom and having the knowing that life happens for you is just simply like not thinking so negatively about everything and appreciating the things that you do have so you can have more. You gotta show God, or at least the universe, that you appreciate what you do have, and then you gotta show it what you want. How you can't blame other people for knowing what they want. You know what I mean? You can't blame other people for not knowing what they want either, because it's all a learning lesson. Like but you know, let me tell you something. If you really want to know who you are, go back into your photos from 2016, 2014, 12 years ago, 10 years ago. Go back to your messages, go back to your posts, and tell me how much you changed. Tell me what about and what in your lifestyle has changed. Now that'll let you know how you are, who you are, and what do you want. Now, if it's things that have changed, then that's a positive, then you notate that. If it's things that have changed that's negative, you notate that. And if it's things that have never changed, that you do not like, that you know that needs to change, then you need to notate that and work on that, because those are the areas that's keeping you where you are. So, you know, it's really, it's not science, man. It's not science. It's simple humility. You have to have humility in the world. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if you're a billionaire. We just, like, I don't know if y'all noticed, man, this past year or this year, all this truth, all these things kind of show you how it don't matter how high you are, man. Like, it don't matter how much money you have. Money is just a tool. If I give you $1 million, I remember when I went to this mansion, right? And I was viewing this property, and I was having a conversation with my realtor, and we was talking, and she was like, you know, if I was like, man, I don't want to, you know, I always tell people, I don't want to waste your time. Like, if I go into a Louis Vuitton store and I know I'm not about to buy nothing, because it ain't really, I'm gonna get into that in 1 second, but really the case is that I was viewing this property, and I was like, yo, I don't want to waste your time, because I'm not like signing anything today. I just want to view it and get a feel for the community and see where I want to be at, right? And she was like, you know, that's fine. That's the way that you're supposed to do. You're never supposed to rush these things. Like, you know, it's a house. This is the most important investment of your life. Don't rush it if you're not ready, right? You have wife, kids, etc. I said, I'm planning on having that, right? So, make a long story short, man, one thing that she said to me that really stood out was just simply like, she was like, now, if you bought this house, like, what would really change? What would be different in your life? Like, would you feel any different? I'm like, for a week, I guess. That's being real, though, bro. Like, you buy a Lambo, you'll feel cool, you feel popping, you should be able to get some yams. You can't get no yams, it's probably a problem, but then what, nigga? Like, you still who you are. Like, if you're a lame before the lamb, you're a lame with the lamb. If you was a geek with the John, you was a geek after it. If you was a stand-up individual with the money, then it's the same thing, you know? It's really just a tool of, it really does just heighten who you are, and, you know, you don't want to rush the success part without the wisdom that comes with it, or you're just going to self-destruct. You know, you don't want to rush. You don't want to overstep yourself. You don't know your capabilities. You never had $1 million or $2 all at once, unless you know what I mean, for those who have, of course. I mean, not everybody's the same, but like, you know, you gotta know what you want and how can you coordinate what you want to do. Like, are you gonna just have success to show other people that you achieved it? Because then you're gonna be an empty void at that point too. Because then what? Because people really don't care. Like, they do for a second. People closest to you care, but they don't really care, bro. Like, people don't really care. You know what I mean? They care about people. Everybody cares about themselves. So unless you're doing something for them, then your success is only. If it's not inspiring, then it's just taken away. So you gotta have a soul, and what that really is just having a healthy morale and ideology throughout life, and a connection with God, because He's going to guide you to your wherever you want to go. Not everybody even wants money. A lot of people want money, but don't really want money, bro. You don't want money. You just want what comes with it. You know what I mean? Like if you're a man, success, status, yada yada yada, right? Women, they just like material shit. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you know, you can have everything that you want tomorrow, but if you don't know what to do with it or how to handle it, or if you don't feel like you deserve it, then it's just going to go away. It's going to disappear, and it's not going to do you any good. So my advice is to know that life happens for you, not to you, and that, you know, God has your best interest in heart. So, you know, faithful outworks is dead, but don't work yourself to death. You don't want to be the richest man in the grave. And those are things that I've learned and that I've been taught. So, yeah, man, we about to wrap this up. Like and subscribe. I appreciate your time. Be blessed.